Oh.
A wild classroom of eco-geeks exploring biodiversity. The world is a beautiful mystery. Life learning and discovery. Eco-geeks.
My fellow eco-geeks, we just got this in from our African specialist and eco-geek Rich Blundell. Now, he is in East Africa on an expedition to help unravel the secrets of an endangered species.
Okay, here's the scoop. We all know what a zebra is, right? I mean, every school kid knows. A is for apple and Z is for zebra. But what most people don't know is that there are 4 distinct species of zebra worldwide. But right now, I'm in northern Kenya, searching for the rare and reclusive Grevy's zebra. Unlike the common broad-striped plain zebra, the Grevy's zebra has these gorgeous narrow stripes. They are beautiful animals, independent, striking, and symbolic. But they're also in trouble. Over the past 40 years, Grevy's zebra populations have plummeted from an estimated 14,000 in the 1970s to about 2,000 today. But I'm here to understand why, and I want you to come with me. But before we head out, let's take a moment to appreciate where we are in the natural world. You know this place. You've seen it on National Geographic. This is the place where lions prowl in the tall grass, elephants lumber across the landscape, and primates play in the shade. It's a land of extremes with colorful cultures, in an ecosystem shaped by vast herds of grazers, fire, and seasonal rains. It's the cradle of humanity.
These are the little ones.
And a place at risk because of humanity. I came here to Africa to investigate the sudden decline in the Grevy zebra. I've embedded myself with a group of researchers who have come to Kenya to help in a zebra conservation program. It wasn't long before the first call came in. A zebra had been taken by lions. Not knowing which kind, we rushed into the field, dreading the possibility that it might be one of the 2,000 or so remaining Grevies. One look at those narrow stripes confirmed it. Make that 1,999. But this kill didn't quite make sense. This part of Kenya is loaded with plain zebra. Why would the lions be taking the less numerous Grevies instead? We collected a sample which the researchers could analyze for parasites back in the lab. A high parasite load is an indicator of ecological stress, which could affect the health of the zebra. Maybe this animal was weak, making it easy prey. The lab tests confirmed it. A high level of parasites inside the intestines of the zebra. One way that parasites can be transferred to zebra is by association with domestic animals. Might the Grevy zebra be coming into contact with livestock? Back in the bush, it didn't take long to find what I was looking for. Zebra and cattle. For more insight into the Grevies and livestock connection, I sought out the wisest of the wise in the Samburu community. Deep in the bush, I visited Samburu villages like this one, called Manyatas. Here, I hope to speak with elder herdsmen, and what they told me shed light on the mystery. Through an interpreter, I discovered that because of the long-term droughts that had been plaguing the region, herdsmen were forced to graze their cattle further and further into the bush, bringing them into direct contact with wild Grevies. But the savanna is an extremely productive ecosystem, able to feed lots of munching mouths. Unless, of course, you've got far too many domestic animals and they overgraze the land like this. And what you're left with is this bare ground, exposed to the elements. And then there's this called machange. It blows away in this relentless wind. And when the rainy seasons come, torrential downpours will wash away whatever soil is left. Then there'll be nothing left for the grass to grow in, nothing for the wildlife, nothing for the domestic animals. So add overgrazing pressure to the grevies too. But there's more. The scarcity of this stuff. Water. Because of the severe droughts, natural watering holes have been drying up. Zebra and other wildlife are forced to drink from the only water sources around. In this case, the Samburu's man-made dams. So let's recap on some of the ecological pressures. Increased lion predation, parasites, competition with livestock, overgrazing, and lack of water. All of these things add up. Imagine all that weight bearing down on them. But wait a minute! The grevies are highly adapted to just these environmental conditions. And the Samburu and their cattle have coexisted alongside the grevies for thousands of years. So there must be something more. But what? So what's different about the last 50 years? In my tent on the last night of the expedition, I was going over the transcripts from the interviews that I had conducted earlier with the Samburu herdsmen. Suddenly I realized it. Hidden in the words of these old men was what could be the final piece to the puzzle. Remember, these are the oldest men in the region. They are herdsmen who have spent nearly every moment of their lives outdoors and who depend on a keen awareness of climate. Could the plight of the Grevy's zebra be rooted in global warming? Might we have piled on too many stresses? Could the entire African ecosystem be at risk? These are questions scientists are just beginning to ask. But now that you know about the Grevy zebra, think about what you can do to help conserve wildlife and ecosystems around the world. Log on to www.thewildclassroom.com/biomes and click on the conservation link. Hey, never stop exploring and never stop caring about the natural world around you.
Okay. Start a new clip.
You think there could be spiders in this grass?